Abusi anwure mi samu adwomo akwaba mpama original TV so brase se ene yawo ye de hia ewufi kesie mu Amanyosem nyumadi de bro fidwada ekosi yawada nwumre no nkono ekosi no ba ko bia na de bro na ne sonko enra na yo sage for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Ghana mampeni odi nkan no samu ne modern bo na Ghana nya fa hodie ye for fidesi wo de kankan nti no ya me ye adwuma de nyina ye de dwen wo sage for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ho na ya bompa ya sirechiri amponyankopɔ se baby obi a no mfa ne kransi no mfa ne sie gya Abraham kokunu enne ye bedi nkomo bi enne dwuma de ne sonko and I want us to talk about a Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Na nkoma ye bidi nyina so for Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah na ni so adi hunu ni do ye ni de pempenso adi Ghana bedu no nkomo ne becho ba answer menka so betimi akọ afidie no so I was search Akuafo TV na obe hu but no original TV so social media handles na Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok ni original TV GH oko YouTube channel na original TV Ghana o betimi follow ya ma yetumi ayeye mi kan se dwumadi ekoso na WhatsApp number betu screen so ya wo de na so be send messages na wo de abre wo type message na pacho kan se bibia ya okay ansa no wo push send de amaye ba na be screen so na kenkan nyina the amount. Me am di dwumadi o cha me din sisa me din ene sam ho to betimi from the captain of the dress show betimi from my igbe mafia obafi ha de amana from me same on top na ene di ntia me pese ye kasa for Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. There's one thing always a divided Ghanaians. There's one thing Ghana for ye so much biased about it. And fa say ye Christopher na say Nkrumah ana say CBO ye traditionalist. Na ye de sinu kweni bedi ba sa de no a ordinary Ghanaian is biased. That is politics. And inti because of the politics ye na sebio ye nimdie ne ehunu mu politics no ye ntiase ya fa ne say ye busua ntokwa ye ma so much tribalism every politics munti no empempi no ye ne ankasa history ya bakosem be bia sha se di free no yentimi nka no kre emfa nkyere so okọ for Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah say ye medi ne ho adanse a obi a sebio ni nchi from UGCC esunsire obesi aka no obi so ono so ni nchi free CPP esunsire obesi aka no ye bebusa say no kre ne da hemfa ewi antipeni say no kre so eye ba akopɛ na ni kasam ne say se utie ready history stories about Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Now we share the real life how Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah sacrificing for Ghana. Baby o sha ase ne baby oduko wie no a na esenisuo na ye mu bi no yenka ene na no beto dwa so ko e curriculum Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah sebio history kra ne pese ye sesa aniama mu kakra abanda da no kokofa eye Founders Day founder no ye ba akopɛ o ye ne so Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah te do so a holiday o man peni na na so ba o si da bi nya Kwame Nkrumah nkwa na prefer ho de Founders Day with apostrophe S ene de aba enti no yen celebrate but ni nyina mu no yo Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah da na kakane ne ye Founders Day ne enura ye 21st September no isi eno na baba ye Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Day ye de kan was Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ye kan was Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah de na de kan no peni se kwabnane sakono a na se fro bi kwabnane a se bi onya ne tenten ne bra mo na mum na dwuma wodie obi anwuma ne bedi ne ho adanse enti na me pese ye walk it through na hwe o Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ne ho abakosem kakra ne nyuma be obeye ye mpuntu dwuma ode bre o man Ghana mfi kakra obeye mampani na ne so ade hunu ba bia ye tu na ban gu ye abantu go na chi de kwa ye ani de wachi ne ye nsua de na ye misa ho se ede na se na Ghana sitie ansa na o Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah be furu banwa abeji fa ode ama man Ghana ne pense so mampani no hino ode Ghana kodu ye na ni wachi ne na bantu gu achi no ede na Ghana yesi ekọ ene your president United Nations omunhye de o mampani say bomb ba ku bia beto awo Russia for beto Ukraine no na say Ghana ne Africa ye botomu a ye mu say ho say it means we are not self dependent. Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was preaching after say Ghana ye nya freedom no independence. He was talking about economic liberty and say economic freedom. Say ni akasa be di hu sika fam ye tumi ade ho ana say ntumi ne ho ebre ne betumi ate ye hwe o Sergeant for ho abakosem kakra. Entene said they also who or Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah a Memorial Day I know I celebrate ye na December kwa oma mpeni onya ne baby ko eka you say the forces that unite us are intrinsic and greater than superimposed influences that keep us apart. Or Sergeant for say eniama eka ye hu me eka hu bom se o man no e hu odin ɛwɔ ahoɔden sɛ nneɛma a ɛtete mu nanso nkamia yɛ sɛ ɛnɛ nneɛma a ɛtete mu sɛ ɔman no ahoɔden ɛso sene adeɛ a ɛka yɛ bom kane ne ɛsɛ blasters pɛ ɛna ɔmo bɔ match a ne obehu kɔtɔkɔ obehu has obehu MPP obehu NDC obehu nkrani obehu asantini obehu ayigbeni obehu frafra ne nyinaa ka bom ne support ɛnɛ blaster na nkasa kora ne the politics akwa kowuram ama ne there's a division in our own national team and then the support no divided. On sure Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ho abakosem kakra. Na de ya krucha gu nkrata so for Sergeant for Binie. Kwame Nkrumah, born September 1909 at Nkrofut, Gold Coast, now Ghana, died April 27, 1972 at Bucharest. That's capital town of Romania. Ghanaian nationalist leader who led the Gold Coast strive for independence from Britain and presided over its emergence as the new nation of Ghana. He headed the country from independence in 1957 until he was overthrown by a coup in 1966. It was Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah yawona fe apema hankron ene enkron ewo Nkrofut Sabre Gold Coast and Senabe yo my Ghana na frasasi fasasi so epo bosome da na toso aduonu enso afe apema hankron aduoso mienu okuwi ewobi ma so Romania hinkro Bucharest ho eno mampanin onya ne ba bi koko to na osajefu ne di Ghana ni mienya afa hodie se de nyina ni tua no afe apema hankron aduonum enso ekokusi afe apem hankron aduosiensia asrafo etu na ban eguye yenhwe ni early life se do se shabrabo ase Kwame Nkrumah's father was a goldsmith and his mother a retail trader, baptized a Roman Catholic. Nkrumah spent 9 years at the Roman Catholic Elementary School in a nearby Halfasini. After graduation from Achimota College in 1930, he started his career as a teacher at Roman Catholic Junior High School in Elmina and Azim and at a seminary. Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ne maame ne papa wo no na oye sebio adwomfo goldsmith omo nane nadia na so mo bon nadie no eho adwuma na no ye ne maame so bodwa Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah eku school ewo yebo na suse Romani a Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah eku school or Catholic Elementary School no ben Afasini eno wo atoye mantemu owie ho no abra Achimota obewi Achimota College in 1930 afi apema hankro aduasa no Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah hyasia na ochradie nto ochradie wo Catholic Junior High School Junior School no wo Elmina ne Azim ne nyina so ewo mfimfim mantemu ansa no toa ne nyuma so ye toa so say increasingly drawn into politics, Kwame Nkrumah decided to pursue further studies in the United States. He entered Lincoln University in Pennsylvania and in 1935, and after graduating in 1939, obtained master's degree from Lincoln and from the University of Pennsylvania. He studied the literature of socialism, notably Karl Marx and Vladimir Lenin, and of nationalism, especially Marcus Garvey, the Black American leader of the 1920s. To Osaje for Ekotwa and this year so US abrochimemu Lincoln University Pennsylvania na hono kojo obo abodin afi apema hankron diokno aduasa enkono obo na masters honom na books ahodo kenkan ye ne wo mu asebi no Osaje for ehwe omo susu omo nimdie because of my ideology any sebi omo principles no ebi Karl Marx ebi Vladimir Lenin ebi American leader also Marcus Garvey munyina book a Osaje for the Kwame Nkrumah kenka omo books no bia no ohwe se de omo susu ebo omo bra. Eventually Nkrumah came to describe himself as a non-denominational Christian and a Marxist socialist. He also immersed himself as political work, organizing and becoming president of the African Student Organization of the United States and Canada. He left the United States in May 1945 and went to England, where he organized the 5th Pan-African Congress in Manchester. To Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, edubre wakaso on there afekra do e Kristo ni de nenso no on dom asum bia said the ne ababe trend say I believe in God, I believe in Jesus Christ, but I don't want to associate myself with any church. Or Sergeant for the Kwame Nkrumah so based on the way Christo need the and so on dom assume ebia. Now Sergeant for a president at the ma African students. I be remember na esua for na wa manoni esua de eba no US abrochi memu any Canada. One na omo dwam training anaso mo president afi apema hankron aduanan enum ana Sergeant for eba Kwame Nkrumah London a sabre no obe organize a 5th Pan African Congress. Pan African Congress no ye nhyiamudi a na abibifo a sabre omotu batado na ye suafo wa amano no almost kiko mo bo mo kyerɛkyerɛ mo kwampa ometimi afaso anya agifa ho de ma bemi man sabre na broni fita na ni yedi ho so nto Sergeant sabre ni nyina no Sergeant was working towards the independence, and I say he was advocating for the independence of our African continent and Sana Yetunsa at the Afrino. Meanwhile, in the Gold Coast, J.B. Dankwa had formed the United Gold Coast Convention, UGCC, to work for self-government by constitutional means. Invited to serve as the UGCC General Secretary, Nkrumah returned home in late 1947 as General Secretary. He addressed meetings throughout the Gold Coast and began to create a mass base for the new movement. When extensive riots occurred in February 1948, the British briefly arrested Nkrumah and other leaders of the UGCC. Enti sabre no Sergeant for wa manoni ono no hwe se oni abibiman suafo nyina omo kyerɛkyerɛ mo kwapɔ betima fa agifa wodie no na obaga na so apa grant so finance first political movement called United Gold Coast Convention ayera JB Dankwa mu nyina eka ho na afe apema hankron aduana enso na UGCC for to nsafro Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah so ma me chochofo penyini emfama sa meka ne se amanyoku de emfa ne se amanyoku me chochofo Sergeant for ba no de ne se wugina badwamu kyerɛkyerɛ sabre Gold Coast ansa ne benya fa hodie badwama ginkyerɛ kasa kyerɛ manfo kwan Ghana befa so enya fa hodie sabre no mu enyina ekosi afe apem ahankron aduana nwotwe sabra winti route 1948 route winti bae yecho Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah nya no nkwa UGCC akadifo ni bo so mu nyina yecho mo edem kogu afiase. When a split developed between the middle class leaders of the UGCC and the more radical supporters of Nkrumah, he formed in June 1949 the new Convention People's Party, CPP, a mass-based party that was committed to a program of immediate self-government. In January 1950, Nkrumah initiated a campaign of positive action involving non-violent protest, strike, and non-cooperation with the British colonial authorities. And so Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah koba bedu baby no na afi UGCC for na abe menteme ho ase winti abamunte afi apema hankron aduanan enkono ano Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah tin ho fi UGCC mu a ono akosa kwete ni party ayefe no CPP Convention People's Party ene edaso ewo honom na sabre no Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ehya a na obo entoa na wabo no se positive action ni nyina ne se omonye basabasa ne mombeti nteskoko e de akire ohima brunifita abrofo mudie so ebi ni se ye nkwa adwuma ebi ni se de mombeka se ye nya de se betumi aye na mohu se bi o mo braso wo se mo konto Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah initiate non-cooperation and also a positive action against the colonial masters then. Now, I am sure Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah free fiase ebabe yo mampeni. In the ensuing crisis, services throughout the country were disrupted, and Nkrumah was again arrested and sentenced to 1 year's imprisonment. But the Gold Coast first general election, February 8, 1951, demonstrated the support the CPP had already won. Elected to Parliament, Nkrumah was released from prison to become leader of government business and in 1952, Prime Minister of the Gold Coast. Sabi acho Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah did not because when in the CPP amanyuko tie no say bi omo tintes kokko kira ba omo tie tuan aban kase munye wi omo enye ntie cho Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah de no koto afiase se afe baako na saa afi no mu ano eyade abato otimi course na abato na course no Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah na manyuko CPP ene nya nkunya kase o mrahye bedwa fie and ye your Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah man be ye so afo panyini a ona na hwe aban dwumadie so e wa afe apema hankron aduonum bienu 1952. When the Gold Coast and the British Togoland Trust Territory became an independent state within the British Commonwealth as Ghana in March 1957, Nkrumah became the new nation's first prime minister. In 1958, Nkrumah's government legalized the imprisonment without trial of those it regarded as security threat. And to Sergeant Photo that Kwame Nkrumah ni Jumedian and Anamuntu between Western British Togoland as a voter region, some part of voter region and then northern regions in Yano. Sabrina Kakano, Sergeant Photo that Kwame and Biki Shosumina, etumi Ebeka hon a year and son of Hudian Kasa Eba Afe Apema Hankro Edio Num Enson. It soon became apparent that Nkrumah's style of government was to be authoritarian. Nkrumah's popularity in the country rose, however, as new roads, schools, and health facilities were built, and as the policy of Africanization created better career opportunity for Ghanaians. Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah afei de Ghana for do no anom hu ni sa ase papa yi opese oji Ghana nyina boso onpese obi ane ni besi akai sabre wa sha ase yi akwan school ada hodo wosi ayasabe ahodo wosi tinidi ni kosoro ebebi mamu nyina Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah edi ekosoro pa. Now yen share ade obeye president of Ghana any the CA so president of Ghana and afterwards the attempted assassination of Nkrumah at Kulugungu in August in 1962, the first of several, led to his increasing securation from public life and to the growth of the personality cult, as well as a massive build-up of the country's internal security forces. Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah beye mampeni echiri no afe apema hankro aduosia mienu na Osajefo kodi djuma ye Kulungungu na sede abakosema kire no ye de topaye ehye flower mode ma abayuase nkomampeni ba no kohia no ema etoye na bi prepraye ekoya rehosempa no ekoba asa no Osajefo ebo no ho adwa na afe di wonyi no humpie pi se de nado do na si hu no afi so hwe se bambon se mo yiri mu ewo mamu se de be ya wo mu ase be mo pene nkwa eje fri ni nsem no onya nkwa ne enyi fri ni nsem peni se menya waye ene madame ho so. On February 24, 1966, while Nkrumah was visiting Benji, the army and police in Ghana seized power. Returning to West Africa, Nkrumah found asylum in Guinea, where he spent the remainder of his life. He died of cancer in Bucharest in 1972. Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah aye February bosumda dato so aduonu ennan afi apema hankro de osensia okonhyiamu ewo aye Benji China hinkromu na ho na chi ana asrafo ne aposifo wa Ghana etu na ban eguye nto Osajefo ansa ma Ghana biem nemum Guinea aban omampeni wo honom energy no a okotena ho nto Osajefo efri Ghana okọ sanhyiam no ama Ghana biem nefunu ene de ba eye Ghana Guinea hono kotena ya de nimu ye de ne ko eye Romania okohwere ne nkwa. Now Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is regarded by many Ghanaians as the best president Ghana has ever had. In the Ghana for do no akwa abakusi no hwe mampeni abanyina do bia kan so Osajefo yo bia ne so mampeni ni Ghana for ye nya bida. He was Ghana's leader from 1957 until 1966 when his government was overthrown by a coup d'etat while he was on trip to Benji, China. And to Osajefo beye mampeni afri afe apema hankron aduonum enson ojefa ahudie no ekosi afe apema hankron aduosiensie etu na ban eguye. And for Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ekaso ye mampeni for just 9 years. Ena yedi tu na ban eguye. Ghana experienced a lot of developmental projects in all sectors during his time as president. O mampeni aye Kwame Nkrumah pensono empuntujuma asua hodo nyina no etumi enya bi na yenhwe Osajefo ne mpuntu djuma hodo bi a otumi eye edoso na nso mo bobi so we educational sector okon senior high school no a do ye bi ni under the Ghana Education Trust Policy Nkrumah na esi eye Infantman Girls Secondary School Ghana National College of Cape Coast Oforipenyi Secondary School Techiman Secondary School, Winneba Secondary School, Swedro Secondary School, Apam Secondary School, Doma Secondary School, and Afitama Secondary School, Oda Secondary School, Laboni Secondary School. All these secondary schools were built by Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. After Yenhwe colleges of education, Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, within that 9 years of a year rule, no, Otimi Esi, be a Kwadaso College of Education, Atebubu Training College, Brekum Training College, Fosu Training College, and Afe Enchi Training College, and in our Ghana. Yenhwe second a year university. And after technical institute, so Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and body by boy, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah during his presidency made the University of Ghana the then University College of Gold Coast, affiliated to the University of London, a full-fledged university, to award its own degrees and became their first chancellor. Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah mampini sabre na ye colonial masters person na ye see ye Legon. Na sabre na ye freno the University College of Gold Coast. University College of Gold Coast, or Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, now Mujumedi Omudi, normally affiliated to University of London. Then as much or Massey, Osajefo Bear Mampinina Fedi or my Legon Siapono, Eden and one Casa on one Casa award, I make us a certificate, or Osajefo Kwame Nkrumah, and about the first chancellor at the University of Ghana. He also built the University of Cape Coast, UGCC, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. University of Cape Coast, and because Dudona will say one of the best universities in Ghana, a ban discipline, a ban academic discipline, and also was built by Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And then on Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and then as you have for a horse near to see a one so was built by Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Institute of African Studies, and also Osajefo Kwame Nkrumah is here. Kwame Nkrumah Institute of Economics and Political Science, and University of Omo Campus, University of Winnebano. Education Winnebano, and also Osajefo Korea de see here. After Ejumako School of Language, and also Onwa Kumasi Technical Institute, Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Accra Polytechnical, and Accra Technical University. No, Nina was built by Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah within the 9-year rule as president and the leader of government business. Health sector, Apomdia so as you heard Osajefo AABA, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is here Konfanochi Teaching Hospital, previously Kumasi Central Hospital. Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and Ashomamo he made Kolebu a teaching hospital and expanded its capacity by constructing the medical, maternity, surgical, and child health block. Yeah, Kolebu was built by colonial masters, but Osajefo ne be pijemu and you do a teaching, you can say teaching hospital status. I will see baby a besham mofra, baby a pain for baby surgery, medical blocks, so Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and a shemo etumi a he established the Ghana Medical School. Ghana Medical School, Ghana, Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah established here. He made medical care free to all citizens. Osajefo personal, na because Okojaya na free. He established Gihok Pharmaceuticals. And Gihok ne ohonomono, ne nyen sankwa no muye, ne pharmaceuticals, and so muye nru. Ade esaya de Osajefo and established here. He also built several hospitals and clinics, Bibri. Clinics in hospitals in Kotua de Bibri, and Osajefo built here. Now, you have factories, factories and industries. Our Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is here within the 9-year rule. Aboso Glass Factory, Osajefo. Zwanugu Meat Factory, Osajefo. Wenchi Tomato Factory, Osajefo. Kede Match Factory, Osajefo. Now, say matches, Ghana Hasi. Osajefo Akosumo Textile Limited, and Eji Newe. And also Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Kumasi Shoe Factory, Eguya Mahama Bawberry Vampeno, and Osajefo Balugu Tomato Factory, Osajefo Suchari Sugar Factory, and also Osajefo and a Commander Sugar Factory. And Tada Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Sugar Factory, Simiunu, Suchari Sugar Factory, and a Commander Sugar Factories, and most Ghanaians, they knew your Commander Sugar Factory because I know Mahama Baya or Barry Vampane and as Mahama Sare build here. Ebana Suchare Sugar Factory, no. And I may research and Amikungu says, our Osajefo Factory be crowd was Suchare and Sugar Factory. Kumasi Jute Factory, and also Osajefo and a year, the palm button in your kahun, a year in Sawam Cannery, bricks and air tire factory, and so Osajefo in a building here, and Sawam Cannery say, and then Crawford Nakika, say for my first lady, Nanakuna Dwajma Rollins in Aton. And so Osajefo na build a Takwa Bonsa Tire Factory. Osajefo penso na Ghana car koba near o Ghana hasi no Takwa and na Osajefo na build a Bolgatanga Meat Processing Factory. And also so Osajefo create this year after Bolgatanga Rice Mill Factory. And also Osajefo Gihot Fiber Product Company. And then Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and see where you now within 9 years as president of Ghana. Now, young state-owned enterprises in Yumekwa would be a for established here under his rule. Ghana Blasters line with almost 15 ships. And the Blaster line, Ghana or Blaster line, ship Wakesia, the Kwame no, na Ghana will be, and Ghana Yiniba Kupimpu. Bank of Ghana was established by Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana Commercial Bank, Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Agricultural Development Bank, ADB, National Investment Bank, NIB, State Insurance Company, SIC, Nina Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Social Security and National Insurance Trust Net, Osajefo, Ghana Oil Company, GOIL, and Uba Ghana Oil Company, Yanka said the year Juma, and also Sunina was set up by Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana Port and Harbors Authority, Gapuha, Osajefo, and established here. Tema oil refinery na White Elephant is one more ye play politics with it, was built by Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the National Management and Productivity Institute, and this also Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana Films Industry, Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana Airways Corporation, and then now we could more airport residential. The first time I'm going to say Ghana Airways down that's this whole. And that's this what we say almost some board and billboard can see a boss through Ghana Airways. Now so Ghana Airways a good my peniku 4 peso buy na Ghana Airways go ya ton na dey Ghana International Airline and no so go and Ghana say dey na tuano. Yes, you were one of the best airport terminal in the entire West Africa and for that matter Africa. We are seeing Accra praise Ghana, but we don't have a national carrier. You need flight, you need plane back up pempo. And you know Osajefo and AC. Afi so Ghana National Trading Corporation Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Cocoa Marketing Board, Cocoa Board, Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Tema Steel Workers, Tema Steel Works, Vacu, and also Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and where is Vacu? Vacu, Dumso, somewhere 2006, 2007, and 2000, Dumso, yeah, then, you see Vacu for cry, energy consumption, no, a crack on BT, a shati Vacu, that base in the Yenimdia Vacu. Menya sure said that company cry exist. After so a state housing and a hotel project. Adansi any hotels are who do be Osajefo etumi Accra has say Laboni Estate, Kanda Estate, Osu Ringway Estate, Airport Residential Area, Kumasi, Oko Patasi Estate, Kwadasu Estate, Bokrum Estate, North and South Centreso, Tema Township community now was built by Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And to Kwasa Miamia community was built by Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah as president. Yanshare hotels in Ibisu, Star Hotel, Meridian Hotel, Ambassador Hotel, Continental, and their friend Golden Tulip, Wakra. And now was built Atlantic Hotel, City Hotel, catering rest houses, and now Golden Tulip, and Ukumasi, and Ukwasi Atom, Massa said, Pediasi Lodge, and it's all Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Pediasi Lodge, Abakosem say, Nipa will see Pediasi Lodge, no. It will be a sea. Then ya buy and the panel chose Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Then Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah also gave it out a year to Ghana. One fact. Oko a year Ghana National Fire Service, headquarters one more. There was a year a Lebanese. I know my friend Captain. Captain. Or no any cinema. Captain Cinema. And also so or the chair Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and Osajefo so the chair Ghana na be Ghana Japan dia one National Air Fire Service ni issue. But you must say who say ene. The kind of leaders are yin where the one plot to crash and that's what the Bemo my Ghana I bring a bit to me actually. Ghana Museum was built by Osajefo, Ghana Film Corporation, Osajefo, Ghana News Agency, Osajefo, Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, Osajefo, Atomic Air Reactor Station. I know atomic reactor, I know you time the Kocha America for free. And then I say your atomic Janshi or all that, so any reactor be a baby. Akosumbo Dam was built by Osajefo, restructured and British military base into Accra, now Kutuka International Airport. Kutuka International Airport now a military base. Osajefo and upgrading the Manabaya International Airport status. Osajefo na ye Tema motorway was built by Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Tema Harbour was built by Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Adomi Bridge was built by Osajefo. State Farms and Institute. Ninaso was built by Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. For 9 years obey Ghana Mampini. Osajefo Numedibia obedi ye. I don't know. Now yen share Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. The overthrow of Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah was unconstitutionally ousted from office through a military coup. The coup was launched by the National Liberation Council, NLC, with the code name Operation Code Chop on February 24, 1966. On February 21, 1966, President Kwame Nkrumah left Ghana for Hanoi the Democratic Republic of North Vietnam, at the invitation of President Ho Chi Minh, to resolve a Vietnam War. And to Sergeant for the Kwame Nkrumah, 21st February 1966, and China Mampeni, Eton Safran, and so Omrano Munyanko, Sabre ne course of Vietnam pa, to Sergeant Fosso Emra, number Buano Munyan to Anamo, or Sergeant Futunu to a year 21st, 24th, and a year 2 or Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Ghana was left under the control of a 3-man presidential commission. On his entourage were his foreign affairs minister, Alex Kwesi Saki, his trade and industry minister, Ambassador Kwesi Ama, and among others, Osajefo Kono, Onena Swafo Miensa, and Edinachi Akoye. In the early hours of February 2024, February 24, 1966, a group of officers and men of the Ghana Army, led by Lieutenant C.B., later became a General, Emmanuel Kwesi Kotoka, and Major, later became General, Kwesi Amankwa Afrifa, with the active support from the Ghana police, in an operation code-named Operation Code Chop, removed President Kwame Nkrumah from power while he was on a peace mission to Hanoi at the invitation of the Prime Minister as a Premier of Ho Chi China Mampeni, and to Osaje Futunu to Ena Yera Emmanuel Kwesi Kotoka, ene Kwesi Amankwa Afrifa, ene Asra Foku, ene Apusi Fono Mutu Osaje Fo Aban Ediguye. At 6 o'clock that morning, Colonel Kotoka announced on Radio Ghana, Ahomachino Nsia Pepepe, ene Colonel Kotoka eko ye GBC. Ghana Broadcasting Corporation announcing as more kind of say, fellow citizens of Ghana, I have come to inform you that the military, in cooperation with the Ghana police, have taken over the government of Ghana today. The myth surrounding Nkrumah has been broken. Parliament has been dissolved, and Kwame Nkrumah has been dismissed from office. All ministers are also dismissed from office. The CPP is disbanded with effect from now. It will be illegal for any person to belong to it. And Kotoka call GBC and Okwana say Ghana Fue, Kwame Nkrumah, and ya tuna banagu, Emrashebe Jafie, Yaguno, na swafo nyina, Yaguo Munina, Amanyokua wa CPP, and Suyaguno, a free nether crowa, only CPP Benya Yonkofana, so where so could you maybe CPP demono, a tiamra, Yano Bacon Adiashe. When Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown, Kwame Nkrumah statue, picture wing, or Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah statue, na a see National Museum, and we were opposite a year to go for office here. Across a Catholic hospital, one said the Oko National Museum, Honum, Nana Sa or Sergeant for statue, and they pushing into Senitino, and then this one, and Senabu, and Namkuda at Chumwesha. So this is how Sergeant for statue was dismantled after his overthrown. After Yanwe, Omutisi Montaigne, placards, be matro, Ghanaians are free now. After the Ghana Fonya for Hundi, Ushe and Fonia Dahaseya, or Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and what they will say Africans #1, Kwame Nkrumah, Sasabon Sam, Nyama, or more Nina, Krofutisi Abontain. So after Kwame Nkrumah overthrown, Ghana Fubitisi Montaigne jubilate, Kwame Nkrumah was now your friend Sasabon Sam. The person who leading Ghana into independence now, you reduce it to Sabon say Ghanaians are now free. Now it's a Ghana Funi Efahudi. Now you share at the President Kwame Nkrumah was told by the Chinese ambassador over there that he has been overthrown in a coup d'etat. Kwame Nkrumah could not believe it that he has been overthrown. After the coup d'etat, code name Operation Code Chop in Ghana, Sekou Touré came to the rescue of Kwame Nkrumah, the deposed of Ghana, and invited him to Guinea, where he arrived on March 2, 1966, together with his bodyguard and a few civil servants who had remained with him. And to Osaje Fuyetu na bangu yeno, Guinea Mampeni Sekou Touré, and the castle Osaje for Mejo. Enti aye afe apem ahankono afe apem ahankono du sensia March bosuna de to so mienu ana Osajefo ko pie mu one ne bodyguard ene adwumafo no me adwuma kakra ko pie mu ewo Guinea a chese ye je no mampeni ne je no man ba bi ede ne tran to Osajefo tu no to free Ghana 21st February 1966 no Osajefo Ghana biom ni funu ene de ba o man Ghana araho sampa. Now this is how Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah receive news when Chinese ambassador catch Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah say ye tu abayagu until where Osajefo na ahye ne suit a wode ade opportunity me sure say sabre na blood pressure ade akosoro papa adwenben araho sampa. The hero tu na abayagu. This is how Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah looked at the time or receive the bad news say his government has been overthrown by Afrifa and Kotoka. Now, after the coup d'etat, President Kwame Nkrumah was received by Toure as head of state and given a 21-gun salute. And he wokodu Guinea no Ghana for the atunagu. But Guinea aba say yeah 21 salute po ni pakese aba. At the airport, Toure declared that Kwame Nkrumah would be with him as the head of state of the Secretary General of the Guinean Democratic Party. And to mampeni na nyi Kwame Nkrumah ko jeni say oba beye chese obeka no amomabu man na titru na manyuku a amo edi omano so ye Guinean Democratic Party no Osajefo ba beye chochofo penyin edi amo no mabu man no. Enti Ghana photo no twene no Guinea for energy Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. In Nkrumah's book Dark Days in Ghana, Nkrumah revealed that the coup d'etat was a handiwork of the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA of United States of America. Osajefo krata ba ko treya no atudi in the dark days in Ghana. No chirem say, omo tech me tu na ba nguye no, CIA, America for tech no mutu Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ba nguye. The leader of the coup that overthrew Kwame Nkrumah immediately opened the country's border and 8 prisons gates to allow the return from exile or release from preventive detention of all opponents of President Kwame Nkrumah. Enkrofo ani acho magu afiase anda Kwame Nkrumah nyina no omutu na bangu omu biom so nyina emra omu bie border say wa odwa na Africa na bia so betumi aba. The National Liberation Council composed of 4 army officers and 4 police officers assume executive power. Then omu di animu tu abangu ye no afraid of my former power and also my former abai. It appointed a cabinet of civil servants and promised to restore democratic government as quickly as possible. Omo eto bampenyagina kuwa omo fatima mufo so mo nyina meka hono mu emuma no. Wei die Victor Du Bois or Troy see the death of Kwame Nkrumah. Now yenhwe Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ekwan a ofasu ewuye. In a distant Bucharest, Romania, April 27, 1972, far from his green and loving native land and from his own people, Kwame Nkrumah died of unspecified but apparently incurable disease. His was a lonely death, without ceremony and without drama, for a man who had been surrounded by both through his political career as president of Ghana and one of Africa's most famous men. And to Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah jifa nwudedi mo man Ghana asase ono ankase de ne nkwato so de mai no yetwa na sudi from man Ghana ema Bucharest Romania hinkru ahono Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ekuwuye. A man with a price on his head, he was unable to return to the country he had led to independence in 1957 and which he has ruled for nearly 30 years. The former Ghanaian leader, who had virtually disappeared from the active political scene since his overthrow by the military coup d'etat in February 1966, has since that time been living quietly in the Guinean capital of Conakry. And to Osajefo tu na ban okọ Conakry no. I feel Osajefo bi antene nkabiam. Emobo, I hope say no politician suffers cause Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah fate. Press reports shortly after Kwame Nkrumah's death announced that the Toure had attached 4 conditions to the return of the ex-president body. And to Osajefo wu ya eba amane no. Ena Guinea mampeni ehye say ansa na odi ni nipadua ne funu ne be magana fo no the condition by say munye we ansa na but the Amuna Mamu Bako and Nkrumah's complete rehabilitation in the eyes of the Ghanaian people, lifting all charges that had been pending against him. And Tikwadu Omode Bo Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, or may I say, Sergeant for Nimno Raganas, as is your Betchinano, Guinea Mampini, Sabran Casa, and Sanam didn't Fumamano, Munchas Aquaduninamu, and somebody Macafron Munchem and Sanam Yamamu too. Liberation of all Nkrumah's partisans still held in Ghana. Partisans still held in Ghana prison. Jail. Ghana Kwame Nkrumah party CPP Nkrofo aye chomdo mu afiase nyina no munyu omu nyina mpie. 3. Removal of the threat of arrest which hung over all of Nkrumah's followers who had chosen to remain with him in exile. Afei kwadu anase ehu ede to Nkrumah fo wa wonimu a obewadwen se wo de wo beta Nkrumah chi ya be chiw se hu nyina munyi sade ni nyina emfamfiro na obi anya kwan entimini ni djuma ni nyina ye nema na eye gini mampeni nyankopon hya sa mampeni no. An official welcome by the Ghanaian government of Nkrumah's remain with all the honor due a deceased chief of state. Omisha say abano mrambe shia Kwame Nkrumah mu no airport na obuori ni die ni asede bia o sa abane ye no omonye ansan no de Kwame Nkrumah amu no e de amomo. So these are the conditions omo seti omo ye nyina ansan na de Kwame Nkrumah amu no etimi edeba. So this is the life of Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of this country, only leading Ghana and Menya independence. Now, the other one say, Obebusa say, it's a country Ghana worth dying for, because they say a country all anani heroes no is not worth dying for. Abaya say bi omo amudo omo kwato wa yeso man no omo mo man show mani munyam no yenku ye ho masa o man no. So the question maybe say is Ghana a country worth dying for? Or Sergeant for the nkwato ho ko da fiase obi o wa school sabren when UGCC empenyufo, because they see themselves say they are the elite. Omo de omo ko school omo ya lawyer for omo ska, and they didn't associate themselves with the ordinary Ghanaians. But Kwame Nkrumah associated himself with the ordinary Ghanaians. And for that matter, when we form CPP, no, you can some of Valanda boys, now some of the street boys or doma forming. Indeed, the street and the Valanda boys led Ghana and as a Gukos into independence. Nini na chiro saje fo asuma anwere nda ekodu brebi kra na Ghana ha krampo ya mampeni no, because ye pen we ku no bombs ahodo e 20 no so de ni hu hinta kakra ko si say say two na ban edigu ye two na ban gu ye ne twa na so di fi o man Ghana ento saje fo ambewu ano no ankasa na sase so eye Guinea aban na je no a ohwe no so kosi so saje fo ya de ye de ne ko eye Romania a okohwere ne nkwa e wo ho no ma fedie ansene do saje fo emu no ebeba no o se de sa condition edito na manyoko CPP ade a ye gu no ye ba ne no ye bo nkrofo chi nkrofo gu nkrofo kra wi na oba Ghana Ministry of Air Information and can say information department of ISD no. That building belongs to the CPP. That building is CPP national headquarters. As we speak, Ghana Baji and Famomo. The name Kwame Nkrumah, you try to paper in the books are hold train na ye sheno. You won't say Kuta Kwame Nkrumah poster. Adiayo. The museum of the statues na ye bubuni na edit to go. Just we try to erase the name Kwame Nkrumah legacy and any history or any book or anything about Kwame Nkrumah from our history. The man who led Ghana into independence. So the question I maybe say is Ghana worth dying for? Professor Atamis came. Or see Anna Kwame Nkrumah na ne birthday yemfanya national republic yemfanya holiday near Anano. Then Anna press nanado so ba o see da bi nya Kwame Nkrumah kwa e na bo am eje fa hodie na emom enkrofo bi sha say UGCC fo bi etumi sha say UGCC was set up somewhere 1940 something 49 or something about 44 43 something. Or Sergeant Dr. Kwame Nkrumah be join UGCC within 10 years of breaking away from a year UGCC no and lead Ghana to independence. So there is no doubt to say yes, your uncrophobia must say struggle nasi, but somebody led Ghana into independence. And history by your book mukrano. We are trying to twat fact, and as we are trying to change fact about Sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. There are so many things as today, 21st century. We have some political ideology trying to erase anything about Kwame Nkrumah. We don't want Kwame Nkrumah to be seen or to be known as the one who led Ghana to independence. So the question I ask myself, say, is Ghana worth dying for? Na say, ufa Kwame Nkrumah bra o boy. Ebe sinne Kwame Nkrumah uwechi. yentumi anche se Kwame Nkrumah na wo account wa brochire Kwame Nkrumah fie ni ebesi ne mete akra ha sei ebia wo de onim yenim Kwame Nkrumah japade enkrofo japade kro mo de che Kwame Nkrumah sade ni na che o man Ghana. This is the man. Is it worth dying for? Is it this country worth dying for? But let's keep in mind, say, after Kutuka, any free for Kuno, there was Rawlings, who also overthrew their government, and some of them were sent to fire squad, and some of them were killed. So long as we continue to do things to hurt or surge for Kwame Nkrumah records and legacy, maybe one day somebody will also rise up, a young man will rise up, and will fight those who are fighting Kwame Nkrumah. If you want to prosper in this country, then we must recognize the Kwame Nkrumah yeah. Somebody died for the country. At the end of the day, he was banished from his own country and died overseas. Sad situation. Non-politician, I pray that no politician in this country suffers how Kwame Nkrumah suffered in the hands of political, opponent in this country. Me did this among Hunto, which I'm Kwame Nkrumah home comedy.